Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm at Judd Racing in Nottingham. They're in collaboration with Norton and I'm here to ride this iconic Norton Commando 961 SP. Let's find out if this bike is worth the money. So sit back, relax and come along for the ride. So yes guys, here we are about to ride the Norton Commando 961 SP. This is the 2024 model and let's fire this beast up. She sounds good. Wow. I mean, initially when you get on the bike and you just start this engine up, it sounds amazing. And here we go. So we're in the city in Nottingham. We just kind of need to make our way out. So the Judd Racing dealership back there is absolutely fantastic. When you go in, it's a superb place that not only sells KTMs, Husqvarnas, they've got the Surons in there, they've got the gas, and they're now in collaboration with Norton. And this is an absolute brand spanker of a new bike. It's got 36 miles on the clock. So we're not going to be doing anything too crazy, just a nice sort of gentle running in of the bike. And the first thing you notice when you get on is just that an amazing sound of those twin pipes. And what a superb day to be riding the Norton. The sun is shining, it's about 19 degrees, or it will be later on today, and it's probably the best day of the year so far. So yeah, like I say, this is a brand spanking new bike, a 24 plate. So today you can probably see I'm on the black colour of this bike. They do it in silver as well. And yeah, I think the purpose of today's ride was not only to come and jump on this iconic bike, but also find out if it's worth the money, because they're not cheap bikes and we want to see where that money's spent. So initially when you get on the bike, the pegs are quite wide, and when you fire it up you feel that vibration through the bike, and it kind of gives you that nostalgic tingling feeling that you are on a Norton. You know, there's a bit of firmness to the seat, but there's plenty of room to move around, which I kind of like that. I don't expect the comfy seat, because you want a riding position that is quite sporty. After all, this bike is the SP. I love the bike when it ticks over. That sound is just so raw. You do feel like it's just going to cut out, but it doesn't. You just need to give it a few revs on the off just to kind of get it moving. But I kind of like that. My height's 5'9" and I kind of fit into the bike really well, although I think taller people will be absolutely fine. You can really move back into that seat and get more of a sporty position if you want to just put a little bit more weight further forward. The sound of that engine is just amazing when you open that throttle. One thing I love about the bike is there's no over-complicated electronics. This bike only has ABS. I love the way the tank shapes in. It's so, again, iconic. We're just scrubbing in everything in, the brakes and the tyres. For a bike that weighs 230 kilos, it does actually feel not nimble, but very well balanced. And when you open the throttle up, and amazing. Enough amount of torque to put a smile on your face. This is something like I've never ridden before, and I kind of like it. I like the vibrations. I love the suspension, which is all fully adjustable. There's just enough amount of power there. It goes nicely through the gearbox. So this bike's got a full Brembo braking system on it, and we'll just give it a little brake test. Oh yeah, they work really well, and that suspension feels so plush. I have managed to just kind of bounce over a couple of bit of uneven bits in the road and a couple of small potholes, and this bike just soaks it up so well. Oh yes, you don't have to worry about what mode you're in, you just get on it, fire it up and ride the bike. I love the fact that Norton's kept the traditional analog dials on the bike. There's no fuel gauge, but it does have a fuel light. When you get down to the last 20 miles, that will come on. The bike itself has got a 15-litre tank that will do around 130 miles. So Norton launched the original Commando back in 1967, and I'm so glad they've kept this traditional look, a modern traditional retro look. So yeah, we're just getting onto some of the country roads now. We can open this little baby up. Oh yes. Just gives us a bit of a chance to go through that 5-speed box and open this bike up. Yeah, she pulls nicely through the gears. Like I say, you do get that vibration, but that's part of the bike. I think without that, you wouldn't have the Norton. I mean, these are the type of roads you want to be riding this bike on. Oh yes. Again, you get on those brakes. This bike is just so much fun into the bends. Yeah, finding neutral on the bike, it's been nice and easy. The side stand, you have got to kick it out a bit. It's a little bit forward facing, but I'm not complaining. I think it suits the bike very well. We've got things like these aero grade sort of yokes. I mean, the finish on the bike is just absolutely beautiful. Look at this, just perfectly milled. Okay, so we just pulled over so we can take a closer look at this bike. So what we've got here is a 961cc engine. It's air and oil cooled. It's 76 brake horsepower and 81 Newton meters of torque. I love what Norton's done with the lettering embossed in the side of the engine casing. So on this bike, we've got a very plush suspension setup. Just back there, it was soaking up the bumps very nicely. On the front, we've got the 43mm upside down Öhlins fully adjustable front forks. And on the rear, we've got the fully adjustable twin shocks. So this bike has got some serious stopping power. On the front, we've got two 320mm discs with a 4-piston Brembo monoblock caliper. And on the rear, we've got a 240mm disc with a 2-piston Brembo caliper. We've also got some trick bits like this beautiful carbon front mudguard. So what we're going to do is just fire her up and just have a listen to these twin pipes. At 5'9" and a seat height of 810mm, I can get my feet flat on the ground. Like I said before, you can slide your arse right back into the seat if you want that bit more of an aggressive riding position, or the tank is nice and slim up front if you prefer a bit more upright. There's definitely a feeling of excitement when you jump on one of these bikes. It just feels like you're riding like an old classic, but with a modern performance. The one thing I would say is the turning circle, it's not the worst, but you do need to allow yourself a little bit of space. So the question was, do I think this bike is worth the money? So a lot of people compare this bike to the likes of the Triumph Thruxton R, which is a little bit cheaper, it's got more power, it's a bit smoother, but I do think it just loses that whole classic appeal when you get on it and ride it. This bike is absolutely superb. At £16,999, this is the one I would be buying. This is the one I want to be pulling up on that bike night and showing off. This is the crowd pleaser. On that note, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this bike your cup of tea?